Hey, what's up guys, Velm here. We're back again playing Neoquest II. I've been absent for a few days because I was playing the new game, Wuthering Waves. It was fun, but now we're back on track. We defeated Gaben 2 in the last episode, and now we're headed back to the Rune Temple. The mountain pass around the Rune Temple is now open, so we can go past that, and then we can go to the Waset village. Closest tent is the inn, is also where our fourth member is located. So let's go in there and rest a little bit first, and then we can go get Velm. Velm looks up at you as you approach. He squints at you as if trying to place your features. Hello here, he says. Can I help you with something? Who are you? Well, I'm a cleric, I think. And I seem to be having some memory problems. I know my name though, Velm. I woke up in this inn yesterday morning. Apparently I would arrive late the night before. Everyone in this village seems to think that I am an adventurer of some kind. From what I can gather, I am just a simple cleric trying to make my way in the world. Odd, don't you think? But they think we are adventurers too. Would you like to join our party then? I don't know really what good I could be. I have some kind of spell book, but I haven't been able to cast any of the spells in it, except once in France. I was walking back in from one of the other tents and I saw some kind of strange undead creature appear almost out of nowhere. I was very scared, but I shouted something, I can't remember what now. And the creature suddenly got a confused look in his eyes. It just stood there for a while. Then wandered away without looking back. I guess it was some kind of distraction or mesmerization spell I tried to cast, but I've been trying to duplicate my feats for hours. No luck. Maybe I can only use magic when I'm scared or in danger. At any rate of entering. Well, I guess it beats sitting around here all day long. Sure, I'll join you. And there we go, our fourth and final member of the team, Velm. Velm is a very overpowered character and almost broken that makes the game an easy mode. So if you are new to the game and you just want to build Velm the most efficient way, I recommend putting 11 points on group healing and group shielding when you first get Velm. 1 point on the melee defense and the remaining points on casting haste. We'll explain on the skills later, but for now we can go stock up some potions and upgrade our weapon and armor first. You can get a discount if you save the librarian first, but it will require you to continue the story and kill the next boss, so I'll rather get an upgrade here. And we can also buy some damaging potions to prepare for the next boss. Also, Velm starts with a 30 defense armor, which makes him a lot more tankier than Mipsy. Compared to Talenia, he might have less HP, but his shielding skills makes up for it. We'll talk about that later. And now we can upgrade our Rohan sword to 40 damage one. I think it's a little bit better. And for the Talenia, I still want to keep the multiple target bow that I had. The 30 damage one only gives us 4 more damage. So I'll pass on that. And we're also upgrading all the armor for our 3 party members because we can. We have a lot of gold pieces. And it's the new season, new classes. You get me? Now we can go to the Valley of the Kings and visit the Palace of the Kings and fight the next boss and rescue the librarian. But before that, there's one thing I forget. After getting Velm, you can actually sell all your healing potions. All of them. For a huge chunk of gold because you won't need any healing potions after you get them. Crazy, isn't it? That's how broken he is, and now we should see it in action. On the first turn, you should always cast your group shielding, and it keeps everyone so buffed, so strong, so tanky. And Mipsy casts his haste on her first turn, but just doing normal fighting stuff now. Like Velm, it's getting hit for 21, but that's manageable, obviously, because we have the defense up. And now Restoration will restore everyone's HP, so we are always at green. Our health bar is always at green. It's easy as that. Another Restoration. We're back in full health again. Contagion finishing off the Khonshu, and the tackle is soon to fall. We don't even need to restore here, we just bashes the tackle for 19 damage. And there you go. So after seeing Velm in action, we can talk about how his skills work. First of all, we have healing and group healing. Only pick one, don't pick both of them. You can only cast one of them in the same turn, and like Mipsy's direct damage and group direct damage. My first run through was cooked, because I maxed both healing and I do not have enough skill points for the other skills. And I cannot defeat the final boss, so do not commit the same mistake that I did. So which one to choose? I've never heard people recommending single target healing over group healing though. Single target healing can heal one teammate for 150 health at max level, and group healing heals everyone for 90. Group healing is better in melee scenarios in my opinion because you can heal multiple targets at once, saving you some turns, and most of the time you do not need a full 150 HP healing on one target. Group healing can keep everyone healthy almost all the time because Velm will be healing on almost every turn. Unless you like to go full DPS on him. But that's another story. That's like a self-imposed challenge that you are not casting any heals on them, but that's more advanced, I guess. And the only downside of group healing I can think of is that if there are multiple injured teammates, the casting time or the delay in action will be longer, and this may put them in danger. To counter this, I invest a lot of skill points on defensive skills like the next one. Group shielding is a skill that can buff allies' magical resistance and melee defenses. Super useful skill to cast on the first turn of the battle to make sure your team is tanky and resistant to enemies' slowing spells. With the defense aura up, your squishy Mipsy is so much safer, and it's a night and day difference. Innate melee defense and casting haste is about the same as Mipsy's, and they're both important for them. With melee defense, Velms become even more tankier, and casting haste allows them to get delayed less when casting spells, so it's harder to kill them. And if Velm is unkillable, your whole team will be unkillable. Melee defense is however not so urgently important if you have the group shielding aura up, and Velm is naturally a lot tankier than Mipsy, so he would not need that skill that desperately. Hey, future Feiyang here. Here's a quick interception as we're about to enter the Palace of the Kings. This map is a little different because its map exit to the basement is hidden under a bed. You must find a clue by defeating a mob, the Desert Watcher. But you can also just step on the right grid, so follow me to see which square you need to step on. Okay, back to the skills. Besides all the heals and shields, Velm also possesses 2 offensive and delay skills, Mesmerization and Celestial Hammer. Celestial Hammer can do up to 45 damage and stun the enemy for 3 seconds. More precisely, it is a +3 damage per level, and at level 1 is a 1 second stun. 2 seconds on level 6 or higher, and 3 seconds on level 11 or above. Hammer is a nice skill to have if your teammates are at full health and do not need the healing. But it's not an essential skill. You need to invest quite a lot of skill points to see the damage, and the stun can be resisted by the enemies, especially some bosses. If you don't have the skill, however, you can also just basic attack and bash your enemy with a staff. And it might do more damage than the hammer skill, if you do not have the skill level. There is a downside that basic attacking will delay Velm's next action a little bit more because the innate casting haste will not buff basic attack speed. In the end of the day, I still prefer just using basic attack where I do not need to heal, because I gotta save a lot of more skill points on other skills. Mesmerization can put one enemy to a mesmerized state, or I would like to call it sleep. At max level, it can delay the enemy actions by up to 40 seconds. The higher the level, the better the success rate and the longer the sleep duration. However, if the enemy is damaged, they will be woken up and the sleep duration is gone. Mesmerization is a very niche skill because you probably won't need a CC in short battles, and in the boss battles, there's usually only one target. Let's just say if you're lucky and the boss does not resist it, which they usually will, you can put the boss to sleep and you have all the free time to start setting up group haste, group shielding, and other skills. But then your Rohan and Talenia is just standing there, because they can wake up the boss by damaging it. So you might as well just set up as normal and dish out some damage from the start. And let's say another scenario, your teammates are in a critical situation and you can either game ball and try to put the boss to sleep, which it might be resisted and your team gets smoked, or heal 90 on everyone with them. And honestly, I like the latter choice a lot more. With all that being said, Mesmerize skill is still excellent in one boss fight, the 4 fairies in the next chapter. You can put the healer fairy, the water fairy, to sleep and start focusing on other fairies and then take them out one by one. I tried this strat when I was in my insane run and it was pretty good. I did not remember how many skill points I had on the skill, but on Jelly-Leo, they recommend at least 9 skill points for this strat to work, so be careful on your skill point management before meeting the boss. Also on insane difficulties, I like to learn direct damage over group direct damage on Mipsy. It works better with mesmerization as you won't be waking up the sleeping enemy accidentally if you are using group direct damage. In conclusion, both Celestial Hammer and Mesmerization are optional. You don't have to learn them, but if you learn them, you have to also invest more skill points to see a more significant result. So level up your essential skills for the healing, the shielding, and the innate skills to level 11. And if you have spare skill point, then you can choose to go for Mesmerization and Celestial Hammer. Keep your levels at 11 because you might get a weapon upgrade that will give you at max plus 4 skill levels. And that's all for Velm Skills. I hope I explained deep enough for you to understand what skills to choose and in what scenarios. Some skills are optional, some skills are better than the others. Overall, Velm is just a super overpowered character and that's why they put him in the last spot. And basically with him you don't have to worry about surviving anymore. And this is the notes I was talking about. It will tell you where the map exit is. It's hidden under a bed. You can pause the video if you want to take a look at it. However, we are already at basement when this note dropped, so it's not necessary for you to hunt for that single monster on the upper floor to get to the basement. You just step onto the bed and it will teleport you to the basement like any other staircase would. Here comes the next boss, the Revenant. You see a decaying, mummified figure before you, but despite its state, it appears fierce and powerful. Its mouth is covered by rotting cloth, but it makes a ghastly moaning sound as it moves to attack. The Revenant is quite an interesting one because he also has 2 low followers, 2 skeletons accompanying him. All you have to do is kill the Revenant and his skeletons will go down with him. However, you can also kill the skeletons first because they are also going to do damage to you. And also, it is actually faster this way because they get less turns too. So here I'm just doing damage. I can also slow the Revenants here, but I choose to focus on the skeletons first because I try to, speed run this. You can see Revenant actually has some mesmerization, trying to mesmerize my Talenia, but it failed. My Fam is already sleeping, but it recovers from the mesmerization because it got attacked. And then Rohan can put a slow potion here and it'll be good. He's trying to heal his little skeletons up, but with no avail. I'm just gonna blister him. Wait, what? Yeah, I think I just throw the wrong potion. It is what it is. It is what it is. -1 potion. That's a waste here. Now the Revenant is alone, and after that it's quite easy, because even though Revenant has haste, has shockwave, has slowing strike, group damage and mesmerization, and a group heal, at most he's gonna heal himself for 60 every turn. And this is a 4v1, so we are going to out DPS it very easily. Rohan and Talina can do basic attack, Mipsy just continue to do the direct damage, and Velm, if he doesn't need to heal or shield up, he can use the slow potions or the damage potions that bought him. And slowly but surely, it's gonna whittle the Revenant down. We got the haste back up, we can get the group shielding back up, everything is going according to the plan. And we are always healthy, we're always at green health, and Revenant is already at red. This is the power of Velm. You never need to be worrying about dying anymore. We're back in full health again, and can Mipsy finish it? Rohan? Okay, Velm bash him in the head. And he survived with 1 HP, of course. The Revenant shudders and falls to its knees as the final blows lands. A faint keening sound emits from its lifeless husk as it collapses to the ground. Behind it, you see 2 passages. One that leads to a glowing orb, and another that leads to a calm but somewhat disheveled young woman. I got a staff and... oh, what did I got? Well, we'll check it later. We can talk to the librarian first. Talk to Lifira. Well, I heard the battle from in here. The Revenant of the Dunes was horrible, wasn't he? Well, let's get out of here. Well, aren't you overly calm about all of this? You just got kidnapped. Why shouldn't I be? The only reason I'm here at all is that the Revenants managed to put a holding spell on me before I could get a counterspell off. Now that he's dead, the spell's broken, so I can go home. She looks at you, then frowns. Wait a second, everyone in Waset gave you the little Lifira is so lost. Oh, won't you please save her? Wah wah wah, lie? Didn't they? She sighs. I wish they would cut that out. I've been practicing magic for years, and I'm quite capable of taking care of myself. I don't know what the Revenants want from me, but I'm perfectly fine. He couldn't have harmed me, even if he was able to keep me from casting any spells. Well, can we just escort you back home, madam? Lifira says, huh, then blinks, startled. I'm sorry, let me apologize, I've been rude to you. Thank you very much for rescuing me, as it were. But I won't need an escort. I can get back to Waset just fine by myself. There's a teleportation orb down the passage, which should take you outside, she smiles. And then waves her hand, see you back in town and we can talk safely there. There's a bright flash and she vanishes. But that's a librarian with an attitude. So this is the end of today's episode. Excuse the voice, the raspy voice, because I was having a runny nose. And matter of fact, we can check our weapon. What did we get? What loots did we get? We got a pretty good long sword. 3 more damage with damage increased skills. That's amazing. What else did I get though? I think I get a staff. For them. Oh, the Staff of Gifting. Oh my god. Group shooting, a group healing +2. That's amazing. Considering Mipsy and Velm's weapon, you don't have to look at the damage number. All you have to care about is the skills. So, well, we got a pretty good loot. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.